Hello and welcome to our first episode of Spiritual Mechanic. Yay! I hope you are excited because I am absolutely thrilled to be bringing this to you. This show is going to be a weekly video show where I teach you how to use spiritual principles in a practical way. And this is going to be geared specifically for people who are emotionally, energetically, and psychically sensitive. So today we are tackling forgiveness. And we are talking about the 6 questions to ask yourself to forgive anyone for anything. Yep, I am serious, and yes, you can forgive anyone of anything. Forgiveness, it is more important for a sensitive person than for a normal person. I know that's a bold claim, but follow me here. There's a real physiological reason that I say this. I'm not just throwing it out there for no reason, okay? So, as a sensitive person, you are wired to receive a lot of energy and information, which means whenever there's negative energy, it piles up a lot more quickly and it does more damage. So if you harbor negative feelings for someone, if you harbor resentments, if you harbor any type of baggage for someone else, then it's going to just compound the negative energy when you're in a room and someone else is experiencing a similar energy. It's going to amplify it. It's going to make you feel even more stressed. It's going to trigger you more often. And you are going to get a lot of energy that's not yours stuck because you haven't fully forgiven someone else. So this is toxic to your body, not just your energetic body, but your physical body. Those emotions, those feelings, they cause a physiological reaction that destroys the internal workings of your body. So that's why it's really important as a sensitive person to really work on forgiveness. Obviously, forgiveness is important for everyone, okay? So this isn't saying that forgiveness isn't important for someone who's not a sensitive person. This is simply saying that sensitives are going to have more health challenges in general due to holding on to resentment than someone who is not sensitive. This is why it's crucial for you. The backstory. This process, the 6-question process works, and I know it works because I've had to use it. I used this process along with meditation whenever my ex left me. It wasn't a very fun story. I'm going to go into it briefly now just so that you understand. I'm not just talking about this. This is something that I've experienced and overcome myself. So a few years ago, I was engaged to someone other than who I'm married to now. I absolutely adore my husband. He's perfect. He's my soulmate. But at the time, I was engaged to someone else. And over the course of a week, he was out for a business trip and he met someone else and he fell in love with her. And of course, as is normal when you fall in love, like he actually cheated on me during that process. And while he was doing that, I was actually calling my sisters, asking them to be bridesmaids. So whenever I found the story, I was absolutely heartbroken, absolutely heartbroken. And this is part of the process that I use to get back on track and forgive him. I can now say that I don't harbor ill will towards him or the woman that he left me for. It's simply true. I want the best for both of them. I, of course, wish that they'd handled it a little bit better at the time, but, you know, we're all human. We all make mistakes, and they are doing well, and I hope they continue to do well. All right, so once you go through this process and you let go of the baggage, there is something you can expect. You can expect miracles. You will be free. Miracles are natural and normal. And when you don't have that baggage from people who you resent and grudges that you're holding on to, once you've forgiven those people, then all of those blessings can flow to you easily and effortlessly. And to me, whenever I was forgiving my ex, that was the love of my life. Within 7 days of using these 6 questions along with a love meditation to my ex and the woman that he left me for, my current husband found me. He found me through Facebook of all places, and through conversations. He had to wait until I was healed, of course, but even though he lived 2,000 miles away, we knew we were meant to be together. And once I was fully healed, we were together, and we've been together ever since. So that's my promise to you. Once you let go of the baggage, once you truly forgive, you're going to be able to experience all these really cool, wonderful miracles. And this is really important. You cannot be free and fully move forward if you still harbor ill will to those who have hurt you. You cannot be free and fully move forward if you still harbor ill will to those who have hurt you. It's because your energy is open and connected to theirs. You have energetically connected your well-being to their approval or disapproval, or what they have or have not done. And so when you do this, you are going to move at a slower pace in life. It's going to slow you down. It's going to make it harder for you to get your soul work into the world, whatever that is. And so that's just the way that energy works. And so you need to understand this so that you can forgive and release both them and yourself from this tug of war. The process. This is what you want to know, right? Okay, so the process is a series of 6 questions that you ask yourself, and you cycle through them. I also highly recommend that you pair it with a love meditation. That's exactly what I did. So I paired it with a love meditation. I sent the people that I felt hurt by love. Harder than it sounds, but if you commit to doing it, then you just send them as much love as you can. And whenever you do that, you'll find that you really do forgive them on a deep level. Okay, so these series of 6 questions gets your mind in the game so that your mind can forgive them. And the key to these questions working is authenticity. It is about honesty. You must be honest about your truth. You will never censor during this process. And I don't care if you become the world's most hateful person whenever you go through this process. That is okay. It is welcome. It is simply a part of the gunk coming up so that you can actually release it. So as it comes up, if hatred or ugly emotions and thoughts come up, understand that is something that was already there inside of you, and you are just releasing it. It's coming to the top so that it can be let go, okay? So I just don't want you to get into the lie. I don't want you to get caught in the lie that it's wrong to experience ugly emotions or thoughts during this process. And I've gone through these questions hundreds of times, literally hundreds of times, and I still do it whenever I'm having a tough time forgiving someone or someone does something to hurt me. I go through it, and it allows me to release those attachments, and that just allows me to move forward effortlessly, and it will help you do the exact same thing. Here's a disclaimer. This is not about allowing any type of abuse to continue or to question you into non-action, okay? So this isn't about making it so that you don't confront someone if they are doing something that hurts you. It's simply about releasing the energy attached so you can take appropriate, non-emotionally charged action. You can take action that's in alignment with who you really are instead of getting caught in the emotions and frozen by them. And finally, here are the questions. The first question that you ask yourself, I want you to walk yourself through this right now. Allow me to walk you through this. So think of someone who has hurt you. I want you to get them in your mind right now. Got someone? Good. First question, what is something someone's done to hurt me? Ask yourself that question. Allow all the feelings and thoughts and sensations that arise for you to just come up, no matter whether it's pretty or whether it's ugly. What am I experiencing in this moment? Ask yourself that. Get in touch with the physical sensations. Could I let it go? Is this something that you could let go? And allow your truth to be present here. Don't force yourself to let it go, and don't force yourself to hold on. Allow it to be authentic. Okay, now take a deep breath in and out. What is something someone has done to help me? Allow that person's image to come into your mind. What am I experiencing in this moment? Again, get in touch with your personal truth here. Whatever's true for you is perfect exactly as it is. And finally, could I let it go? And again, take a deep breath in and out. Okay, let's talk about why it works. It releases both the attachments and the aversions that you have with forgiveness. So if you are very, very attached to someone hurting you, in general, you'll probably be attached to wanting people to help you as well. And so you'll either never want anyone to help you or you'll want a lot of help, right? So it doesn't matter which way it is. Don't worry about it. Just what it does is they're both the two sides of the exact same coin. It's the things should be a certain way coin. Either people should help me or they shouldn't. People should treat me this way or they shouldn't. And as we know, people have free will, so you don't really have control over how they treat you. You do have control over your boundaries, right? But you don't necessarily have control how a particular individual treats you. You can state your boundaries and they can still disregard them, and then you can cut them out of your life. But by releasing on it, you are no longer attached to things should be a certain way. It allows you to fully release the coin. All right, now I'd love to hear from you. Go ahead and tell me what the experience was like for you as I walked you through it. Could you feel a sense of ease, of lightening up? Or did it feel like you were just getting started and like you might want to do it a few more times? Go ahead and answer in the comments below. I'd love to hear for you. Thank you so much for watching Spiritual Mechanic. We will have another episode for you next week. For more videos and to get on the email list, make sure you do this by going to spiritualmechanic.com and signing up. I'll speak with you next week.